Hey, today I want to do a video about something I don't talk about very often, which is futures trading. I recently came across TopStepTrader. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's in, there's a lot of Facebook ads and stuff going around that you can see it. It's becoming more and more popular, but it's a company that's been around for about a decade, I think. So the reason I haven't come across it is I have almost zero interest in futures trading, but I recently got a system, the GPS trader I keep talking about, which does futures on it. So I was wondering if I could combine it with this funded account thing that TopStepTrader does. So their big claim to fame is if you pass some of their tests, they'll give you accounts to trade from 50,000 to 150,000 of their money, so that you're not actually risking any of your own. The caveat here, though, is you are paying money every month in order to get access to that capital. So there's a couple of ways to look at that, right? You can say, well, technically I'm getting a loan here for $165 a month, but when I trade it, I'm not risking losing any of the loan amount. It's not really a loan. You see what I mean? So that's kind of cool. You think, oh, that could work quite well, right? You pay, $375 a month, and you get 150k to trade with. And if you lose 3,000 of it, you don't actually really lose the 3,000 of it. And that's a daily loss limit. So I'll get into that a little bit more in detail, but let's start with the article. So let me just get past all the stuff I put in these articles. Here we go. So TopStepTrader was founded by Michael Patak. I'm not sure how you'd say that. It was about 10 years ago, and they're one of the most reputable companies for futures funded trading accounts that I've seen. You got to be careful with these because you know there's often a lot of hidden fees and things. And these guys are great, but they're not fully transparent from what I've seen, and I'll explain a little bit about that. Anyway, here's Michael Patak on the right with the top step cap on, and one of his head coaches, Dan, on the left. So who's this program for? It's for people that don't have the money really to trade futures. You need a big amount of capital. Matt from Eagle trades futures all the time, selling premium. So that's something else to consider if you want to do something like that. But if you're looking to buy futures and you don't really have 100 grand to use, or maybe you're just new to it and you want to try and get some training alongside the idea of starting to trade the futures. So you have to qualify to get one of these funded accounts, right? So first of all, the deal is that if you qualify for one of the funded accounts, you get to keep 80% of your profits, but you get to keep the first $5,000 of your profits right off the bat. So that sounds great, but when you look into the costs a little bit more, I'll show you kind of why they're able to do this with very little risk to them, which is fine, but it's kind of like the house always wins kind of thing. Their stats are quite good. If you go to their website, I'll leave a link in the description. You can go and find some of the stats, like over 10,000 traders have been able to trade a funded account. So it's not like nobody passes. People do pass and get access to the funded accounts, which was kind of my first thought is like, well, are you really able to get the funded account, or are you going to be stuck paying $165 to $300 and something a month, depending on the account size, and never actually getting to trade real money? Because they have different levels. The first level is the free trial, and you can find the free trial on their website or in this article. Basically, you get a 14-day free trial with a $150,000 practice account, so a simulated account. You can trade any of the CME group, so oil, the NASDAQ, etc. You don't do any regular equities or options in this program, and it's done on their own proprietary platform called TopStepTrader. I think that's their own proprietary one anyway. So the first level, once you've done the free trial and you've decided to stay up, you start paying your $100 to $300 a month, depending on the account size, and you have to pass this thing called the Trading Combine. And basically, you have to follow all these rules. It's basically prove that you're a consistent trader for a significant period of time. So the rules are fairly simple, but also kind of complex at the same time. So you can go and check them out for yourself, but basically, the first step is you have to only trade the permitted products. You can't exceed the maximum position size. You have to stay within the daily loss limit. And you have to trade for like 5 days minimum in a row for step one. And the account balance has to stay above the maximum drawdown, or you also fail. If you can do that for the 5 to 10 days, then you can move on to step 2, which is the funded trader preparation stuff. There's a bunch of extra rules for that. I think I have a table somewhere that summarizes it. Let's have a look. Just just have a quick check. No, maybe not. It's on the website though, so you can go and see all the rules. They're not super complicated, but they're not straightforward either. You really do have to be a successful options futures trader to be able to pass it. And the thing is, I thought they would do more education, and they do, but they only do it for an extra fee. So it's like another $300 odd bucks for personal coaching a month. So you can see how the costs add up. But when you add to that the fact that if you fail any of these steps, so step 1 or step 2, you have to start over, and there's a $99 like reset fee. So you can see, like, if you're not getting to a funded account quickly, you can spend hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars just to get to the funded account level. So that's definitely the downside to me. The upside is if you do get to the funded account level, you do get that 80% profit from everything you make. So there are some commissions like you'd expect. They're not huge though. There are real money funded accounts. So once you have access to the real money account, you can't just like lose the whole account. Yeah, there's rules as well, and it'll put you straight back to the training mode if you break any of the rules in real time. And I don't think you can even pay to reset the funded account. I'm not quite sure how it works after that. You have to read all the fine print, and that's a point I wanted to make. Is the fine print on the TopStepTrader's website? There's a lot of stuff about it, and you've got to make sure you really understand what the costs are before you jump in thinking you're going to get a $100,000 account to trade futures with. You can do it on other platforms as well, apparently. The coaching and stuff, like I said, you get a lot for free, like the videos and live trading and stuff. But you have to pay for performance coaching, so another $395 a month. You don't have to pay it, but honestly, like if you're a new futures trader, you're probably going to need more than just, hoping that you get lucky. And the rules and their steps to get to that funded account are in part designed in order to make sure you're like a consistent trader, because they don't want people that just get lucky on a few trades to get access to all their capital. So still, it's a cool idea. This is the prices again: $165 per month for 50k account, $325 for 100, and $375 for $150,000 account. So you can imagine if you're making 10% a month, that'd be 15k on that 150 account. So definitely worth it if you can be a consistent futures trader. So I think your traders that have enough like capital to pay at least for the training, but maybe not for like to be able to trade big position sizes, would benefit the most from it. The 14-day free trial is pretty cool. You can see what it's like, see if you're any good at trading futures. But honestly, I'm kind of on the fence with this thing. I can see how the vast majority of people would spend $1,000 or $2,000 in the fees for the monthly subscription and everything, and never actually graduate to a funded account, or if they did, they still wouldn't be profitable enough in order to make it worthwhile to become overall profitable. The things I do like is I looked up the Trustpilot, and it's 4.5 out of 5, which is awesome. It says 97% of funded traders reported that they had improved their trading by joining TopStep. Improving your trading is a good thing, but return on investment is a whole different thing, right? Anyway, I thought it was an interesting idea. I'm considering signing up for the free trial and going through this program a bit more. I'm not a futures trader. I've never traded a single futures contract before. But like I said, I've been using this GPS trader to, like if I set it to here, there's a futures section on GPS. I think it's this one. I'll load this up. Yeah, so it gives signals for buy and sell and stuff like that. So I figured it has a really great track record. I figured I might be able to use that in conjunction with the funded account to see if I could maybe do a good job and use all their capital instead of my own, which would be pretty awesome. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and hopefully you guys found that interesting. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.